I cannot have this interview without mentioning the blue monkey coming. I have to.
Why?
Because I owe a service to not just me, but also to my following. And I want to be respectful to them, knowing that I at least have to ask. And there was real energy there in regards where you lost a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about financial. I'm talking about more your image.
Yeah, for sure.
Because knowing, ever since I met this woman, face to face, as well as respectfully online, right? It was always love. It was always, you know what I'm saying, professional in a sense. So I want to give you the platform to be able to speak on what you learned from that situation and moving forward for anybody in that situation to move forward.
You know what I learned for the first time in like all the years of reality TV is that my actions have a lot more of an impact than I ever thought it had. And I'm disappointed in the fact that I let down women of color who felt that I was speaking on that in that manner.
Yeah.
I've been on Love and Hip Hop for like 15 years, give or take, and I even took some years off in between, and I'm used to being hated one week, loved the next week. You know, like you
That's just how it goes.
yeah, it's just how it goes. So that initial meeting was per my request because she was being informed of of like information about me that wasn't true. So it was just very important to me at that time because I respected her so much that she heard out my story first, and then I wanted her to like make her decision on what she felt, because that's how it is. Like, you just hear me out and then go choose whatever you choose. I do wish that more of her actions was shown, just so the audience had a better understanding of what provoked me to actually say that initial comment. But at the same time, I'm gonna take my,
I'm glad you said that.
I'm taking my accountability.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. Regardless of what she was doing, I really wholeheartedly feel like it was just all wrong in the choice of words. And even though me and her are not on the same spectrum now, you know, prior to that, I really had a lot of respect for her. And that's why it was so important for me to sit down to clarify my end of it. Right. I just wasn't expecting her as a single mom to go for the jugular of using my kid to kind of like attack me.
I'm not taking your side and I'm not taking her side, but we have to understand that we all get triggered, and it's not the same. I can say, oh man, girl, you ugly. That was, who? And then you say that to somebody else, and it may be, who the fuck, you know what I mean? We all grieve different, we all act different, we all are triggered in a different type of realm. And yes, was the edit
horrible?
You know, in
it
a
was
way,
so horrible, because all you see me is yelling in a window.
Yeah.
You don't see what's in the window.
Yeah. But that's
and
not...
that was literally her. She had her ass,
like
pulled down her pants and had her ass in the window talking about, yes, son hates me, you stupid bitch, and put her. So in that moment of her like throwing her ass in the window, it just was like, you a fucking animal. Like you have no, like as a woman, like you're coming for me about my kid and you don't even know him. And honestly, I don't even want to get into all that details because that don't even matter. What matters is I understand the impact that I have more than ever now. And after what happened from that, I know my mission now. I have a lot to make up for, in the sense of I have a lot of minority women, whether they're Black, Spanish, wherever you come from, where your color, you're diverse, that tune into me, that follow me, that watch me. Yeah, they might hate me one week and love me next week, but I'm still very relatable. And me being relatable, I understand my purpose.
Yeah.
And to have this platform and to use it recklessly in the hands of producers and the way they edit it is something that I can't control. But moving forward now, knowing what I say and what I do and how it can affect and hurt people and separate people, like, you know, even what happened. Love and Hip Hop cast, I'm broke bread with them for so many years. And when that happened, to see how many people folded on me and act like they didn't know who I was, really deep down inside, and sided with what worked because they had to get an extra check, like, it put a lot into perspective. And then it also made me realize that at the end of the day, my mission and the impact that I have is a lot more powerful than even I thought it was. And now that I understand that, all I want to do is make it up to the ones that I hurt.
Yeah.
Because regardless to what happens in my life, I'm open, I'm vulnerable, you guys get to see it, you know, every day on TV. But at the same time, I still feel like for the first time, you know, like I really have a serious responsibility, and I just want to make it up to the women that have loved me and supported me that felt some type of way.
Beautifully said. But can I be honest?
Please.
And
Especially
I say
as a Black man and
yeah.
you have a Black wife, like, I need you to be honest.
I say this respectfully. Even though you have a broad following and people fuck with you, right? Whether they're tuning in to see what the fuck you're gonna do, to tuning in to hate on you, whatever, that's the following. Let's push that onto the side. This is not about them. So respectfully, fuck them for this particular.
Fuck them, but yeah.
Respectfully, I'm making a point.
Yeah.
You got two beautiful daughters.
One.
I'm sorry. You have one daughter that
Is half Black.
she will see that. And whether she sees it or not, you owe a due diligence to her that she feels confident, that she feels strong, independent, intellectual, educated, powerful. And that's who you serve. Everybody else is just, it comes and goes. I've seen it in my career where it's like, yo, like people who I thought stood on the table for me when I needed them to do it again, or who I stood on the table for, that favor wasn't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I definitely feel like I owe a lot to my daughter, especially with her being mixed race. I understand even more the challenges, especially as time progresses. We think it's gonna get easier for us as minorities because, you know, but it's really not. And I'm sure with me being her mother, I'm sure that's not also gonna be easy. Sure. But one thing I instill in my daughter is that you have a beautiful mind, you have a beautiful heart. And why I instill that in my daughter is because I feel like at the end of the day, what's on the surface and all that extra shit that's like, that we're like kind of bamboozled with really has no meaning unless your mind is beautiful and your heart is beautiful. And I can't always say that my heart has been beautiful because of my trauma, but I will say that I do the work to try to perfect what isn't beautiful, and I try to raise my daughter to be nothing but beautiful in that way. So when she is acknowledged as beautiful, and it's funny, People will be like, you're so beautiful. She'll say, I have a beautiful mind and I have a beautiful heart. And then people be like, what? So thrown off. And Cadet will tell you, like, that's her initial reaction. But that's what I want to instill in her, because the physical aspect and all of that shit is just fabricated. That shit is just for the moment. What's within you and what's instilled in you, that's the stuff that is solid and has real longevity. So going back to like what you said, like we can't sugarcoat it. I gotta take 1000% responsibility for what I said. And I do, and I stand in it, and I know I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, all I'm asking is for some time to make up for it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I know I can. Whether it's, who knows, and maybe doing a movie role that like makes a stance and sends a message that's empowering, or just even in my show that I got coming on for women to feel more confident in their sexuality or whatever. Like, I just feel like there's just a bigger mission now.
Yeah.
And now that I know the impact that I have off of saying one word,
Yeah.
I just feel so obligated to use that and just know, okay, one word can affect, how do I use that impact but make it powerful and positive? And I don't have the answer for you right now, but I know, like, God, with all the work I've been doing, it's gonna come.
Yeah.